Hello folks, welcome to my channel. Thanks for coming. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend. Disclaimer, these videos are for entertainment, information, prosperity, and for you only. The subject today is astrology and astronomy, which I forget which is which. And I'm going to be freestyling, so there's a lot of stuff that I'll probably forget to say. I'm not an authority on this, but one thing for sure, I know you need to learn about astrology and astronomy. That I do know. Now let me start off by saying the zodiac, which is the round circle table, and it has 12 images in it of each one of the, well, it has 12 images, and each one of the images has its own, I don't know how to say it. It has a life of its own. It has a time of its own. It has an energy of its own. It has a place of its own, etc. So that's very important. And also the number 12 keeps popping up, which I'm going to do a video about numbers. Why these numbers are so significant and the meaning of some of these numbers. But I really need to do a lot more research when I do my videos. Freestyle, and I forget so much, and I don't know what to say half the time. My brain is sort of racing with ideas, as I said before, that I want to get out, but it's kind of tough to get out. But anyhow, learn what the zodiac is, and some of the meaning of the zodiac. You don't have to be an authority, but this is a game changer. This is some of the greatest knowledge that they kept from us. Is astrology, and because it's that important, they don't want us to know. The Bible rejected. I mean, they took out astrology out of the Bible. Because they took a lot of stuff out of the Bible. They don't want people to know. They twisted it and fixed it, and, But our days are named after astrology. Monday is really Moon Day. You know what I mean? Named after the moon. Now, work with me now. I'm giving you some ideas here about the days of the meaning, the days of the week. Saturday, Saturn, the planet Saturn. Let's see. You get what I'm trying to say here. I forget what these days mean, but they're named after astrology. The meaning of our days has something to do with astrology. Sunday, sun. So why would you name all of our days of the week after planets and astrology, and there's nothing in the Bible about it? There's so much stuff like this that is hidden from us. You know, and then they even took it a step further where they put all this twisted information out on purpose. We live in a bubble. They put all this twisted information out to make us really hate this knowledge. Because if you mention some of this stuff to people, if you just say astrology, they look at you like you crazy. And that's the way they were indoctrinated. And even I was like that. But I learned some of this stuff, and I'm continuing to learn some of this stuff. Astrology has to do, or astronomy, it has to do with everything. Your date of birth has to do with it has to do with what was going on in the sky. So when you were born, when we were born, the date, the time you were born, you were indoctrinated the stuff that was going on in the skies, in the heavens at that time. People don't know so much about this. This is a super knowledge, wisdom. You know, most people know what sign they are, but they don't know what that means. That's all they know is what sign they are. If you're a Libra, a Scorpio, a Sagittarius, whatever the sign is that you are, that's what you are, and that's how you act. You act like your sign. And people that know about astrology, they can tell you what sign you are just by your behaviors, by your problems, by your sicknesses, or, you know. Some people can look at you and get a good idea of what your sign is, because we act like our sign. So now, if you consider that, don't you think it's worthwhile to look deeper into why are you acting that way, or why, you know? Have you ever checked into your birth charts? I haven't, but I gotta do that. I gotta find a reputable source that I could deal with to tell me about my birth charts. Because there's a lot of information in there at the time you were born that is valid to this day, you know. Because when you were born, you incorporated stuff in the skies, in the heavens, that was there in the heavens. You incorporated that into your body. And that includes sickness. That includes prosperity. And it's not going to go away. It's inside of us. But anyhow, there's a lot of good websites that deal with astrology, astronomy. You need to find some good reputable websites, some good reputable books that can help you with this. This affects the family, you know. I remember I told this one guy, this is how life works. And I'm going to give you this analogy. When you walk into a bookstore, a doctor's office, a clothing store, a building, first thing you see is the surface stuff. And that's always beautiful. And in the bubble, it's always misleading. But that's the first thing that takes your breath away, that affects your mind, your thinking, your vibration. But see, once you get into the back of these places, once you get to know these places, then everything changes. They say when you meet a person, I forgot exactly how it goes, but they say when you meet a person, when you first meet a person, most of what you're meeting from that person is misleading, false, or deceptive. But when you get to know that person, then you really knows what you know what that person is about. And that's not a good analogy. But the point I'm making is, in this bubble, everything that we first observed is not reality. That's the sweet, humorous, magnetic, stuff. If you really want to know this world, you have to dig deep into this world. You have to go into the back of this world and dig and dig and dig. That's where the good stuff is. That's where the good stuff is, like astrology, astronomy. medicine, knowledge. You know, half these magazines they print are garbage, but they're billions of dollars every year. People love it, and I like some of it too. But see, you're not going to get a lot of knowledge out of these magazines. You got to go to the back. You got to go down in the basement and in the vault. That's where the knowledge is. The greatest knowledge you will ever find is back in the back. And they're going to always make sure that we don't know about it, we don't get it, or we're confused about it, and we can't find it, and you know, stuff like that. If you get a good reputable resource to teach you to learn about astrology, and you can do it at your own time, you found one wonderful gem, because astrology tells you about the cycles of Earth. I mean, you heard stuff like it's a full moon tonight. Why do people say that? Because people know the full moon has something to do with what's going on in the earth, on Earth. But that's all they really know. They don't know the deeper meaning of it's a full moon, it's a quarter moon, it's a half moon. That's astrology. I'm telling you that we need to learn this. These are ancient technology, information, and they're probably millions of, well, they are millions of years old, because the earth has been going through these cycles. They say the earth is billions of years old, so that means the earth have been going through a lot of these cycles for billions of years. These cycles affect our water, affect our vegetation, affect our bodies inside and outside. They affect everything on Earth. You know, without sunlight, you know, we'll all be in a hell of a predicament. You know, if the moon didn't do what it does, cycle, we'll be in a hell of a predicament. But it goes much deeper than the sun and the moon. We have a lot of planets in our galaxy, and they all do some type of cycling and circling. I mean, hot and cold, up and down. I call it some type of machine, some type of computer. The greatest knowledge there is, some of it. But we need to know what that means. It can help us psychologically. You know what I mean? They say go out and get sunlight. You get vitamin B and vitamin D and all that, vitamin C. But it goes much deeper than that. You know? The earth is always communicating the galaxies are always communicating with this earth. It's kind of like that's our father, our mother, and we're the baby. It's feeding us. It's helping us. It's giving us information. And we don't know nothing about it. We have no clue. It can heal us. It can help to heal us. You know those people, they used to call them sun gazers, where they would look at the sun on a regular basis and they didn't eat food. And this is some true stuff. You're dealing with this skies. They decide when the galaxy is a big part of when it rains, how cold it's gonna get, how long it's gonna stay hot. The galaxy's not just taking care of us, it's taking care of so much stuff. It also determines, like I said, if we can get sick or not, or get skin cancer or something like that. I'm freestyling, folks. I wish I could tell you stuff that is in my head about astrology. I just can't, but I can tell you. You have to know this. My birth certificate when I was born said the day I was born and the time I was born, which is significant. But about 30 years ago, I sent for a new birth certificate, and the time is not there. So I assume they took the time out of the birth certificates now. So most people don't know the time they were born. They did that on purpose, of course. But the time you're born is significant because of what was going on in the heavens when you were born is in you. It has to do with your body parts. You ever wonder, let's say a woman, why her legs are more muscular than another woman's legs? Or why one man's eyes are stronger than the other man's eyes? Why one person can run faster than another person? What I'm trying to tell you is it also has to do with astrology. It's not just genes, and it's not just food. All that, you take all that in consideration, but it also has to do with astrology or astronomy. When you were born, astrology, astronomy, whatever, I get them confused, said so much about you. And there's people that can tell you this. It said so much about your life the day you were born. It says that you will be like this, you will have this, you won't have that. You will like to do this, you will like that. You know what I mean? This is what astrology is. And it is rather complicated to learn because loud car because in this bubble there's intentionally so much misinformation, lies, deceptions, as I said before, on purpose. You know, you hear the news come out one day and they'll say, oh, scientists discover that so and so is good for your heart. And then next week they'll come out with something else and say, there's no evidence of this. The researchers haven't found any evidence that this is good for your heart. They're just, you see, this is the game. This is what they're doing. So I'm telling you folks, I'm learning astrology now. And this is a topic that I'm gonna do several videos about. So hopefully next time I'll have more valid information that I could actually speak about. I mean, this is Goliath information, infinity information, gigantic. It's just, but you must learn this and you must teach this to your kids. And you have to kind of be quiet about it at the same time. You can't go around today talking about astrology because people will put you on the weird list. So you see, that's a you have to learn to keep your knowledge to yourself, because this bubble has indoctrinated us to think that that which is good is evil, that which is evil is good, that which is wise is stupid, that which is stupid is wise. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the greatest knowledge, you really have to be quiet about it. Only with your selected few groups and peoples, but it is there. Search it on the internet. Find reputable sources for everything. You can get a college degree on the internet, and you don't have to pay any money. Better than any of these bubble colleges. And it won't cost you nothing but internet fees, price of some books, you know. Go down in the cellar and get that knowledge, folks. Go in the back and keep at it. I encourage you. Change the world. Change your life. Change your family's life. You know, this is money and health. This is wisdom, peace. Say hi to the sun in the morning. Say hi to the earth in the morning, and good night to the earth and the sun at night. Say hi to the skies. This is a life force. Say hi to the wind. Anyhow, folks, my time is up. I hope you enjoyed this video. There will be more. Thanks for coming. Please come again. Prosper. Take care of yourselves and yours. Help somebody. Get wisdom. Get rest. All right, I'm going to end. Have a great day. Stay safe.